You don't have to buy her Chanel to prove that she's that you're the one. You do not he does not have to buy you Chanel to prove that he is the one. Y'all, I'm straight like podcasts, so I'm not really editing podcasts. It's gonna be straight off the dome. So hopefully you're used to that. We're just gonna leave in what we leave in and call it a day. Being a provider doesn't mean that you have to buy her Chanel. Now, if you want to do it once the relationship is secure and y'all made seal the deal, then so be it. But it does not mean that you have to buy her Chanel, the first date. Now, I will say women are not necessarily gold diggers, but women will test your temperature. And I will see this. We're on the Chanel website. Let's just making a point here. Of course, in the future, want to make a good impression on her and you see that she deserves a Chanel bag, then by all means, if you want to do it the first day, second day, if you have the means to do so, feel free. But don't feel like you being a provider means that you have to buy a Chanel bag. To me, being a provider means taking care of home. The woman's working is optional when you're a provider. The woman doesn't necessarily have to work when you are a provider. So if you're looking for a provider man, I'm saying and women, maybe I'll eventually do it over and just focus on men slash focus on women. But right now I'm doing both. Being a provider man, just lets you take the load off the woman. You take the masculine role, she takes the feminine role, she's more around the house, you're more getting to the bag. Not the Chanel bag, but the bag. So, of course, you have to know how is a woman going to know that I can provide? So she has to kind of dig in your pockets. But that doesn't mean you have to buy her Chanel bag. That means you just need to be able to either tell her verbally, show her in some form based on your lifestyle. But I feel like women have gotten so tired of the man lying, saying whatever they want to get what they want. They just start making dudes show things up front. So it appears like maybe she's a gold digger, but in reality, we want to check your temperature. Are you financially secure? It's kind of like that bird. I don't think all birds do this, but some birds do. It's kind of like that bird that will throw that twig off the branch when she's looking for her mate to see if her mate can catch the branch. And then she'll get a bigger stick and throw that one off. And then she'll go higher up to one that's closer to her weight. And then eventually she'll throw herself off, which I think is so cute. I gotta figure out what bird that is. But you you probably heard that story. But that's what I would say as a woman. Like a woman has to know you can catch her. I feel like has the ability to catch this woman. And that catching a woman, once again, does not mean that you have to buy a Chanel bag or any bag for that matter. So then we have the assumption of why doesn't he have to buy me a Chanel bag? Because I would say this. Let's see what a Chanel bag look like. Mm, I won't even get that one. Maybe the one over there, but you can't see it because I have the screen uh, dribbled off to only like where you see like a certain area of the screen. Those are okay. So, with that being said, a man doesn't have to buy you a Chanel bag because he just met you. A Chanel bag is an investment. And if you're just meeting a person, how do you know if that's who you want to invest in? You have to, a man needs to get to know you. And Chanel bag should be reserved for somebody you see in your future or who already is in your future. Because otherwise, if you give a female a Chanel bag, I feel like one or two things will happen. Either she'll stay with you because you're a provider, and she'll just take the looks out the way, and it'd be like, well, he looks okay, you know. And I don't think you really want that type. Like you can get that type because you want the one if you just want the woman. But I'd rather you find somebody who really is attracted to you. Like they get turned on by you, you know? But if you just want somebody who just thinks you're like a six or seven, 6, 7, then cool. So either she'll just be with you for the money, or she'll see as an opportunity to see what else she can get from you. But in the long run, she doesn't plan on being with you. Just like men, yes, women do size up their men. Like they know I can see a future with this person or I can't see a future with this person. And a lot of times it's within the first month, if not the first day. Like the older you get, I feel like you'll know like instantly, like, oh my goodness, get away from me. But just like a man, because I'm really finding out that men do this too, which I really didn't really know. Women observe the man that they want as well. And if they're interested in you, but if they don't know you, then yeah, it's gonna take them a little time, maybe a month, or at least some conversation to kind of gesture if it's a yay or a nay. But it doesn't take long, okay? And no, I wouldn't just say you just need to discuss money the first day, first week, none of that. At any point, I would say you don't have to discuss like actual coin. You can maybe give roundabouts and stuff like that. But in those questions, women is going to want to know, can he take care of me? Can he provide? And if you can't, then you might get played with. Okay, now if you're just there for a good time, then give her a Chanel bag. If you just want, and you don't care about her moving on, then if you just want to get a Chanel bag, just get her a Chanel bag. However, some women are okay with you telling them straight up, I don't expect nothing from this. I don't want nothing from this. Here's your bag. Look cute. Let's keep it popping. Let's keep it pushing. Or if you got that girl who's with you just because, you don't have to say nothing because she's pretty much there for whatever and will you whatever. Or if you just say, I'm not ready for a commitment, then she'll kind of, right now, I just want to have fun. Use words like that, then she'll be like, oh, it was just having fun, you know? But she's like, I want something serious, then that gives you your answer, you know? But then, too, if you are the one that's the provider, you make the rules, per se. You call the shots. And if you find yourself not calling the shots, then you have the opportunity to find somebody else. Because a lot of men are not providers. And I understand because this economy is something different. Um, so since you are a non 50-50er, but instead of provider, then you can be the king of the castle. Period, point blank. Now, I also would say, as a woman, if you're looking for a provider man, definitely don't go asking them for a Chanel bag when you just first meet them. Because would you buy a man a wallet even and you just met him? So let's start there. Um, to find out if he is a provider, just look at his outlook on women's roles. And he'll pretty much tell you if he wants the woman to be in the house, if he wants to be the breadwinner, or even the type of house that he wants to live in. You know what I'm saying? Because he's going to probably go in the house that he can afford if he's saying that he's the provider. So that question will come after the question about what's the woman's role. And then from there and there, you can ask kind of like what profession. You don't have to like say the exact profession, but you can be like, I mean, you can. Like you say, I'm in the medical field. If you don't want to tell her all your business, you can say, I'm in the healthcare or I'm in business. You don't have to in detail unless you feel comfortable enough to tell her exactly what you do. Because the first date is really kind of like a get to know you. It's more like, is there a vibe there? Can I see myself having another conversation with this person? And they're going to be cues that you're going to be looking for, of course, interest. And that way you'll know if there's worth pursuing another date. So, yeah, you can buy that Chanel bag if you want to, and she won't have no problem taking it and going on and doing whatever she wants to do, unless she chooses to stay, of course. But that's up between her and you. Feel free to post down below and let me know what you think.